Finally, The Rock might be coming back to SmackDown. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Here to review SmackDown, but I think the more important news is that The Rock got a name drop tonight on SmackDown. Yes, Grayson Waller called out The Rock on WWE television. Very, very rare that would happen. We know that Grayson Waller has been talking about The Rock on Twitter, on Instagram, but he took it to a whole new level tonight when he called it The Rock on WWE SmackDown. Does this mean we could possibly get a feud? There was rumours that Austin was coming back to potentially work with Grayson Waller. Could they be doing something with The Rock? Why is Grayson Waller name dropping The Rock on SmackDown? Why is Grayson Waller calling it The Rock on social media? Even The Rock responded on social media a couple of days ago. It'll be interesting to see if he responds to the name drop on SmackDown. But let's talk about the show. We'll get to the Grayson Waller part in a little bit. Oh, and before we carry on, condolences to Shotzi Blackheart. Her sister is currently going through cancer, so yeah, that's why she shaved her head tonight, paying, I guess, solidarity with her sister because she's got her head shaved. So yeah, big shout out to Shotzi Blackheart. That was a cool moment tonight. So yeah, we start the show with Jey Uso. He's walking backstage and it shows you him arriving at the arena, and already it's SmackDown and you're kind of pumped. They got off to a good start. Rather than bore you with a 20-minute promo, we see Jey Uso arriving at the arena. Jey looks like he means business, and all of a sudden it's just a better start to SmackDown than it is to Raw. Michael Cole welcomes us. He's joined, of course, alongside Wade Barrett. You know what? I would prefer McAfee. Of course I'd prefer McAfee, but I think Wade Barrett does a decent job, let's be honest. So Bianca Belair comes out. She gets an EST chant. She cuts a very, very bland Bianca Belair promo. It's just her usual promo. It wasn't overly bad. It's just a normal Bianca Belair promo. It's not that good. We then get Charlotte Flair. She interrupts her. Obviously, Bianca Belair was talking about how she had to wait and be patient to get her shot. Well, she's getting her shot tonight. But I guess someone who's not patient is Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair comes out. It botches the English language. She tries to say champion, then she says champ, and then champion, and she even acknowledged this. It wasn't a good promo for Charlotte Flair. And for some reason, Charlotte Flair just completely overlooked Asuka. She says to Belair, "When you beat Asuka tonight, I want the first shot." And Belair agreed. Why is Charlotte assuming that Asuka's got no chance tonight? I don't know. Just seemed a bit weird. Now, we were in North Carolina, so, it is Flair country, so to speak, but nobody really cares about Charlotte Flair. It's Flair country because of fucking Rick, not because of what his daughter did. Anyway, the promo wasn't that good, but Charlotte basically just left and says, "When you win, I'm first in line." So that was it. Bianca Belair made a comment about how we all know that the line starts with Charlotte Flair, and I guess maybe that was a dig at her. I don't know, but we see Asuka watching from the backstage. Then we get Pretty Deadly versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland, and it's a surprising win for Pretty Deadly. Wasn't expecting them to get victorious tonight, but they did. So they dropped Holland on his throat, and then they hit the finisher, the top nails, flying leg drop, whatever it is. Pretty good finisher. Pretty Deadly get the win. 1, 2, 3. We then see Grayson Waller last week. It shows you his first loss on SmackDown against Edge. And don't get me wrong, losing to Edge, nothing wrong with that at Madison Square Garden. So Waller is backstage now with Kathy Kelly. Waller says he isn't surprised he's getting a shot at a title tonight. He brags about his Madison Square Garden debut. It says he would have defeated Edge if he had more than 15 minutes notice. He says he had Edge right where he wanted him and that he swam in that match against a shark. Then Waller says that everyone is talking about him, including The Rock, so he's bringing up their social media interaction. He then mentions how The Rock is talking about Grayson Waller. The Rock is so concerned about Grayson Waller every Friday night on SmackDown, even while his own family implodes on TV. And he says that's called the Grayson Waller effect. So The Rock is seeing his family implode, his family, the bloodline falling apart, but The Rock doesn't care about that. The Rock cares about Grayson Waller, according to Waller. He then says that The Rock and everyone else knows where to find him. And he finishes the promo by saying, "If you smell what he's cooking." So Grayson Waller not only called out The Rock, he stole his catchphrase, man. He literally says, "Do you smell what Grayson Waller is cooking?" That's insane. I'd love to see The Rock come back. Could we get Rock versus Grayson Waller? Even if it's not a match, just The Rock on the Grayson Waller effect. Please let it happen. That would be fantastic. We then go to, what did we get next? We got Bayley versus, alright, Charlotte Flair's backstage. She's leaving with her bag. She says, look, if I stick around tonight, I might get involved, so I'm going to leave and let the match play out. Bayley and Io Sky appear. They say, we're not leaving, we've got tickets, and they've also got the Money in the Bank briefcase. So then Charlotte Flair says to Pierce, I guess I'm not leaving then, because she wants to make sure that Bianca Belair wins so that she gets her shot. So just a average backstage promo. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Then we got Bayley versus Selena Vega. Bayley defeated Selena Vega. Selena Vega was on a bit of a roll, I guess, but now that's coming to an end. After the match, Bayley and Sky celebrate, but she's got Shotzi's hair as well. She's carrying like Shotzi's hair in the briefcase, which is a little bit weird, but whatever. Then we see Shotzi on the Titantron, and she's saying that she's not scared. She says that Bayley should be scared, that Bayley can't intimidate her or scare her. She says that Bayley doesn't have any control just because she took a little bit of her hair. Shotzi says that, does she look scared? She says that, does she look like someone who's not in control? And then she yells, am I not in control? And she gets a pair of clippers, and she says, I might be a little weird, but I'm totally in control, and I'm just going to show you how chaotic I really am. And then she starts to laugh, and she shaves her head, literally shaves her entire head. All the green hair comes off. And Bayley and Io Sky are looking on, looking worried, looking terrified at the beast that they've created. That is Shotzi Blackheart. So, yeah, she shaved her head. I guess they're doing it for the storyline, but she's also, the main reason she is doing it is obviously for her sister. So, like I said, hopefully her sister gets well soon. Then we see Jey Uso. Jey Uso comes out. Some fans were booing him, some fans were cheering him. I guess some fans are on Team Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, some are on Team Usos. Uso cuts a pretty good promo here. He says that him and Jimmy are inseparable, but unlike other brothers, they're twins. He says when Jimmy is successful, Jay's successful. When Jimmy laughs, Jay laughs. But he says, when Jimmy's hurt, then Jay's hurt as well. So it's a pretty good promo. He says that they share feelings, that they share emotions, and now that they hurt his brother, they hurt him, and he is going to get revenge. He says he's going to kick Roman Reigns' ass, he's going to lay a beat down, and that he is the real head of the table. He also says that Paul Heyman's a puppeteer who's been puppeteering his family for over 40 years, and that will stop now. Speaking of Heyman, he comes out, interrupts Jay. Solo's there as well. Heyman cuts a promo saying it's all Jay's fault. Jay's the reason why Jimmy's hurt. Jimmy's in hospital. Heyman says that nobody in Jay's family will forgive him. Solo says that he doesn't forgive him too, and this leads to a brawl between Solo and Jay, and then Jay hits a massive super kick on Paul Heyman's big fat ass, and oh man, Paul Heyman sold it pretty well. I mean, well, by selling it, he just hit the deck like a big sack of shit. A big turd just literally planted on the deck with his fat ass. Jay went to get a chair and take him out with a chair, but then Solo ended up taking the chair shot instead, and he took one for the team, I guess, and Solo and Heyman left, and next week we're going to get Jay and Roman Reigns face to face. You know what, Jey Uso, I've always said this, he is, for me, the most entertaining member of the Bloodline, of the Anoa family. I like watching Jay main event Jey main event Jey Uso for a reason. I think he does deserve a spot in the main event. Unfortunately, probably unlikely to get one, because Roman Reigns is obviously top dog and he's got a 3-year title run, but who knows? I think I would like to see him in that role. Then we've got the Fatal 4-Way match, so it's a United States Championship and Invitational match. The winner of this will move on in the tournament, I guess. It's AJ versus Escobar versus Butch versus Grayson Waller. AJ's in control. He's about to win. Camera cuts on the Titantron. Karrion Kross is beating up the Good Brother, so AJ tries to leave to help them, but he gets attacked. Grayson Waller gets in the ring, hits a stunner on Butch, but Santos Escobar hits a frog splash on Grayson Waller and gets the 1-2-3. Why Grayson Waller lost here, I have no idea, but he did lose, and it's just, I just don't get it. I mean, Grayson Waller should have won. I think Grayson Waller should have won. The guy's obviously got a lot of charisma, a lot of potential, and at least if he's not going to win, why does he have to lose? Didn't make a lot of sense to me to have him lose this match, but lose he did, and it is Santos Escobar that will advance. And then LA Knight came out, basically cut a short promo about how he is going to be the champion. It's only a matter of time before he's the US title. He holds the US title. I mean, it wasn't a great promo, it was a short promo, but he got some reaction, and that's the main thing, I guess. And then it was main event time. Asuka versus Bianca Belair, title on the line. Bailey and Io Sky got involved. Charlotte then got involved, took them out. Charlotte attempted to hit a spear on Io, who looked like she was going to cash in, but Io moves. Charlotte collides into Bianca. This calls for a DQ. Then Io gets in the ring. She's going to hit a moonsault on Asuka. She wants to cash in the briefcase, but Bailey took too long to cash it in for her. Asuka spit the mist in Bailey's face, and then Asuka ran away with her belt, and Io Sky's looking on, a little bit pissed that she didn't get to cash in her briefcase and become the new women's champion. And that was it, guys. That was your end to SmackDown. You know what? It was an okay show. The main event, it was predictable. I was never really interested in this match, but for me, I thought the Jey Uso promo was really good. Really, really enjoyable Jey Uso promo. The Fatal 4-Way match was okay. Grayson Waller calling it The Rock, I liked that too. I mean, it was an okay SmackDown. Even the tag match with Pretty Deadly and Sheamus and Holland, I mean, that was okay as well. It was decent, you know what? And, you know, Shotzi, I thought Shotzi's promo was really good as well. And I'm not just saying that, I genuinely thought she showed quite good acting and a range of emotions when she was like sitting there acting crazy and hurt and demented while she shaved her head. So I did dig that as well. I'm going to give this SmackDown a 4 out of 10. It was okay. It was alright. You know, there was some good stuff. Obviously, there was some stuff I didn't really enjoy. But it was your average SmackDown. I don't mean that in a bad way, but SmackDown is it's always consistently average, which is a lot better than Raw, because Raw is consistently shit. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I'll see you later, and until next time, peace.